So this was the first prototype. This prototype basically, it's like it was built, you know, with foam and all of that, like we used to do. And obviously it's a monofan, and I'm sure you can see inside here is the turbine, and then we have the PCB here for the power distribution. It's a bit of a battery space here. Here on the bottom we have the servo to make the under construction work, which basically it's what we call a thrust vector system, and it basically moves with the servo left and right and side to side. And then we have a second bracket here that provide the servo for this side. So this will basically be redone and printed the right way. For now it's just a piece of PVC and a little bit of a bottle, or some kind of bottle, and some acrylic here, which all of it adds up some weight. So hopefully with the printed version we'll make it like more of a flexible one, and it's gonna be much better. As far as the design, we designed it in 3D and then crafted it with foam so that we could get a bit of an idea. On top here we're using the KK board, which all of you are very familiar with, and we're using it as a single copter setup. So all of it looks pretty good and dandy, but when it comes to the actual calibration of something like this, it's much more difficult than we thought, especially if glue and different amounts of materials are added semi-proportionally on each side of the apparatus. So for this prototype it brought us to basically having a very difficult time to balance it, and that's gonna be much better with the brand new prototype, which is now being printed at the exact weight of 263 grams for the entire apparatus, minus the electronics of course, which is perfectly balanced, and that will change a lot of things for us in this project. Also on this prototype we were using I believe it was a 65 amp speed controller. Not bad, but with those turbines I definitely think we should go for 85 amp or more, because it's very, very, very powerful of a turbine here. I mean, this little device here was pushing everything in the room and more, if you will. It's very powerful. This is the turbine that we're using. So this turbine here is a standard EAOS turbine, ELF, and it's very silent, and it's very, very powerful. So this definitely is something that works. We cut slightly the corners here. I don't know if you can see. There you go. So what we did with this section is we made sure that it's fitting the bracket that we're building for the wing. This is the bracket we're talking about right here. So these brackets here are going to be holding the wing and the actual turbine. Ta-da! Amazing finish. So the prototype is basically nice, but obviously foam doesn't really do the job and as well as we would like. And this is the 3D printed version. So obviously, as you can see, it's a lot slicker, it's a lot better, and the project is gonna go from that to creating the vector thrust system here. I'm sure that you guys see here that this section here was now 3D printed as part of the body. So now the speed controller will come in the back here, well and handy, as well as this is really put together nicely here. So stay tuned, guys, for the next episode where you will see the electronics mounted on this baby, and it will look just like that, but way better. Stay tuned.